Nashville has been called Music City since the 1950s. More than 180 live venues play tunes 5 nights a week. Elvis Presley recorded over 200 of his songs here.
You meet people from all over the country and all over the world here.
Stefan Superti is one of over 60,000 people in the music business here in Nashville. When COVID-19 came to town, the lively crowds, music, restaurants, and hotels went silent. Everything was locked down.
The second week of March, I lost like $1,200 worth of work like within a couple days because all the hotels shut down. I got some financial assistance through Music Cares, which is part of the Grammy Foundation. I was just sitting at home for like 3 months there for a while, and it was rough.
Despite a recent increase in COVID-19 cases, Nashville is beginning to look and feel a lot like itself again. Many tourists have returned, filling the streets and establishments. But one thing that stands out on the famous Broadway street is the amount of Donald Trump signs and people selling hats and shirts in support.
Trump 2020.
I just feel like he's a stronger man, and he's got our best interests in his mind.
Rachel Gray runs a country western store downtown. They have been struggling to get back to pre-COVID business.
We need a strong president into the office that will help with our economy and help with the welfare situations, and just moving forward with this whole COVID. I mean, we need to focus on more important things than put a mask on our face.
As President Trump and his motorcade headed to last Thursday's debate, many people lined the streets. Darcy Green was one of them and wants life to get going again. She and many others say they have suffered tremendous loss during the pandemic.
Well, I'll tell you what, I have 3 personal friends that are musicians that have killed themselves in the last 6 months. With the bars being shut down, where they make their living and unable to get unemployment, with no money coming in, it's been hard.
3 hours to the east are the Great Smoky Mountains. Like Nashville, life is starting to return to some normalcy. Now, according to the polls, this area is voting for the re-election of Donald Trump. And that really goes for most of the state of Tennessee. But that doesn't mean that everyone has to agree on that opinion. As a matter of fact, if you look back at the history of the state, when they started voting for presidents back in 1796, they've gone for a Democrat 25 times and voted for a Republican 17 times.
Typically, I voted Democrat, so I think that's what I'm going to do this year, because, not only my biggest concern is the economy, but I think the current president that we have has kind of created an environment of division.
Back in Music City, guitar riffs and drum beats echo down the streets, as do preachers standing on stepladders.
Is that you are a heinous, wicked criminal in the sight of God.
Expressing yourself is as common as hearing live music here. Freedom of speech is important to Tennesseans, and many have hope for America in the coming months.
I mean, people come together, this whole, separation of colors and race, I mean, it shouldn't be. I mean, we're one country. We should be pulling together and get our economy moving forward instead of backwards.
The ring of fire